No. All right, we're live, boys. Welcome, America, to the Eric and Rodney show with Woody. Look at him today. He's gorgeous, boy. Little Woody
How did you
Robin.
pull this up so quickly? Wow.
I'm a professional now.
That looks exactly like Robin. Robin, there's your legs. Have you been working out, Robin? Have you been working out?
No, I've been skipping.
Have you been lifting? Oh my God!
Oh,
yes,
look at that.
That doesn't work so well with headphones,
It
though.
is really full circle.
Oh, did you slut it up for Halloween? Are you wearing assless jeans? Please tell me you're wearing assless jeans. It's Halloween, Robin.
Do you want me to stand up? I can turn around and show you real quick.
No. Oh no.
I don't, but the audience wants to see it.
I'm sure they do.
Well, you look gorgeous.
You do. You look very cute.
Oh, adorable. Can you tell us why you're celebrating Halloween on the 27th of October?
Yeah, so get this. This is the proof that we have a dictatorship in the Philippines. So it's election week, and for the days of the 28th to the 31st, there's a liquor ban. I don't understand it, but so the 27th is the only day where we could really celebrate Halloween.
You can drink beer, though. Is that right?
Nope. Liquor off the table.
So all alcohol. So it's not liquor, because here liquor is the hard stuff. Beer is the easy light stuff.
An alcohol ban. And what day is the election? Is it 1 day or is it a 3-day election period?
I think it's a period, yeah.
So you have to be sober for every. Oh my God, and you vote on the weekends. We vote on a fucking Tuesday. Well, you can drink all you want, but it's a Tuesday.
Really, I vote for my kitchen table. I fill out some stuff and just mail it in on a whatever day.
No, geez, those don't count. You can't do
mail.
Do
you guys get liquor bans during election week? Is that a thing?
They don't ban liquor at any point. They haven't banned liquor since 1920, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that'd be a riot.
Eric, can I tell you something? I'm not going to lie to you. This is the funniest thing ever. I don't know if everyone's ever did statistics on this, but you know how I found out about voting at home, like doing the mail-in ballots? You know who told me about them?
Who?
Donald Trump.
What? Donald Trump?
No, I'm serious. That's all he talked about for 6 months.
So Denise will be on our show, by the way, just so you know.
Hey, Denise. So I remember him talking about him, and I said, you know what? I wonder if we're doing that stuff. I went on the election site. They said, get your mail-in. I said, thank you, DT. Got it.
I didn't know that I can do that too. I don't have to wait in line. I can just mail in my vote.
Because I used to wait in line at the church.
Oh yeah.
And there were always people there, and they were like, "Are you voting for who?" And it was like, guys, you can't convince me now. I'm sold already.
Yeah, we do it at town hall, and I don't like standing in line. I'm too pretty to stand in line. You guys know about that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, listen, we got a lot to get to. I'm going to rant about guests in a second, but first we have to cover what national day it is. This is a terrible national day, but since it was brought up yesterday, remember yesterday we talked about breadsticks? Now it's National Breadstick Day, guys. Nice. Breadstick Day. Robin, have you ever had a breadstick?
I have, and people go crazy about these. I don't know what it is about them.
Can I just make a comment? Yeah. There is an Italian establishment here, Italian American.
What's it called?
Establishment here called the Olive Garden.
Is it this one?
And it's that one there. And actually, that's the only one.
This is the first one, 1982 in Orlando, Florida.
That's me in front there. But I'm telling you something right now, Robin. When you're poor, which I have been, you go to for lunch, especially. You go to Olive Garden, and you order the unlimited breadstick, soup, and salad.
There you go.
Now the soup is a little bit heavy on the salt, a lot heavy actually.
But the salad breadsticks too.
And breadsticks are remarkable.
I did a lot of salt on the breadsticks these days. So I've only been to the Olive Garden twice in my life, and the last time I went, it tasted like airplane food. Like I know hating Olive Garden is cool, like hating Nickelback, but it's fucking terrible. It tastes.
But can I say one thing for Eric?
Yes,
Eric, the bill was probably $15.
It was very cheap. It was very affordable.
Yeah, you know,
and the murals on the wall of old Italy, it was gorgeous. But
is it like a buffet experience, or is it like a la carte menu dining?
No, it's not a buffet. It's more like I always recommend Tour of Italy.
The Tour of Italy, because you get the three things, right?
Yeah, it gives you the three things, and I can usually eat at least 2 breadsticks.
Oh, that's it? Just the 2 breadsticks?
Well, because I gotta polish off the Tour of Italy. It's a big tour.
It's a lot of mozzarella. A mozzarella in the gabagool. I have horrible news about the fucking Olive Garden though. This came up. So in a corporate merger with Olive Garden, Robert, I know, ready? They shocked the world when they eliminated the all-you-can-eat breadstick policy. They speculated they would make more money, and their profits skyrocketed by 47%. Can you believe it? This fucking cat.
But here's my question though, right? And I'm just asking. I'm just thinking out loud here. If you went there and you were like, listen, and they bring the breadsticks, you don't even ask for it. They just bring it out and they say, here's the breadsticks, right?
Here's a stack of breadsticks.
No one's ever going to be like, you know what? I was going to order something, but I've eaten 15 or I've eaten 15 breadsticks, and
I don't want the core of Italy. I've had too many breadsticks. You know, I'll say this about fucking the Olive Garden though. Their food is terrible, but dipping the breadsticks in the salad dressing that comes with the oh my god, that's a delight, isn't it? Isn't that a delight?
Yeah, it is.
So good.
Robin, I kind of feel like if your restaurant is known for their like breadsticks, that the rest of the food is just crap.
I agree with you. That's a real low bar
to be known about.
Yeah, breadsticks. Stop it. They're not known for their pasta. That's for fuck sure. Anyway, today's not only is it National Breadstick Day, it's another day. It's National Drop Out of a Show Appearance at the Last Minute Day.
Oh Lord, we're getting into it.
Right. Oh my God, this cat's fucking killing me. Speaking of things that kill me,
the cat's upset. He's upset.
Guests on this goddamn show are killing me. Here, just can I rant for this on a second? We've been doing this show for 5 months. Okay. We have to book 4 guests a week because we have a standing Wednesday guest. Inevitably, one of the 4 drops out, which means 25% of the time we're fucked. We're fucked. Think about it. Last week, we brought in the average dude to fill in. The week before that, we had Molly. A couple weeks before that, we had Melissa. We're always filling in. And this is what drives me batshit crazy. We're mostly a LinkedIn show, right? So on LinkedIn, they're like, oh, you got to fucking take cold showers. You got to journal. You can't drink. You got to go to bed at 2 a.m. so you can wake up at 2:30 and fucking grind, hustle and grind. How about you show up to the fucking meetings you schedule? How about we start there? Let me tell you this. My first grader shows up to school on time every fucking day. You know why? Because I'm involved. So maybe these shitheads should ask their mommy and daddy to remind you to show up to fucking meetings you schedule. Show up. Oh, it drives me batshit. Then what's worse is that in this particular instance, they lied. So, right. All right. So, Rodney, I know you don't know what happened.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm new to all of this. I cannot get over the fact that he's dressed like a cartoon character, though. I'm sorry. Go on.
It's fine.
It's blowing my mind here.
This is what's really pissing me off is Robin dressed like Woody. Okay, here's what happened. And this is inevitably what happens with guests. They'll book themselves. We don't beg you. We don't say, hey, listen, Friday's open. Could you please come on? And they go, oh, all right, we'll do you a favor. They go out of their way to schedule an appearance. Oh, my God, this cat. Okay. So on Wednesday night, I sent the formal invitation to this guy, right? And he declines it right away. Just straight decline, no explanation. So
and this was on Thursday.
It was Wednesday night.
I'm sorry.
Friday. Yes, Wednesday night for an appearance on Friday. Now you're never gonna believe this, but I was a little drunk and I was gonna lash out then because it pisses me off, but I didn't. I held back. Okay.
Good for you.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm maturing through the process of this show. So the next day I ran to you guys about this fucking guy declined his invitation. Robin says I'm gonna reach out. Okay. So this guy's PR woman. I don't know why he's a PR woman. I don't think he's that big. But his PR woman reaches out and she says, listen, we tuned into the show. We don't think you're quite corporate enough. Blah, blah, blah. If anything changes, we'll reach out. So I'm a kind of like a petty bitch. So what I do is I take the original thumbnail. I do this Red Cross thing. And then I update all the show information pages to say, evidently, we're not corporate enough for this guy. I hope we persevere. He writes me. And he says, I don't know where you heard that you're not corporate enough for me. I had an emergency and I can't make it. I'd love to come back on. So I screenshot where his PR lady says, you're not corporate enough. And then he writes back and he's like, oh, aha. I think I know what she's talking about anyway. Blah, blah, blah. Then she writes and accuses us of forming some sort of spectacle. It cannot be both that we're not corporate enough and that you had an emergency. So one of you motherfuckers is lying. I'm not making a spectacle. One of you is making a spectacle, and you just expect me to roll over. But as you know, I'm not corporate enough, so I'm not going to do that.
That's right.
The audacity. It's audacious.
So I'm a little slow. Let me make sure I understand it. So this gentleman agreed to be on our show, right?
Yes.
He booked himself.
Yep.
He declines the invitation.
Last minute, no explanation.
Right, last minute declines. We don't know why.
Yep.
His PR team, lady, right? Is it a lady?
Yep.
PR lady reaches out and says, "You guys aren't corporate enough for this guy."
Yep.
You reach out to him and say, "Hey, what's going on, fella?" Or no, you
I skipped that part. I just did the petty swipe.
I see. So you update the show. No, it's not petty. You updated the show. We need to let the people know because
we do.
We need to let them know. And then his PR agent. This is where I got confused. His PR agent is upset because you created a spectacle. Now, isn't that what PR is supposed to do?
Well, you would think, right? But here's the best part. So she hits us up. Email number 1 is, you're not corporate enough, we're canceling the thing. Email number 2 is, I'm not sure why you're creating a spectacle. This isn't what you need to do. Email number 3 is, oh, by the way, this was all my opinion that you're not corporate enough. Because he must have yelled at her and said, why would you do this? Why wouldn't you just make up a reasonable excuse like he did? Like, if you say emergency, I know you're full of shit, but I can't argue with that. You know, I have no evidence. But in this case, one of you is fucking lying and you're pretending like you're not, and you think I'm dumb, which I may not be corporate, but I'm a smart. I went to a state school. School. They don't let anybody in. You have to have a pulse, and I got in. So anyway.
Well, I have an idea. There's only one way to solve it.
What?
I mean, you know where I'm going with it. We need to have on this gentleman and the lady.
I think we should.
And hold on.
Oh, I got.
With our eyeballs and the audience will tell us who's lying.
We should settle this on air. We should settle it on the dance floor. Here's the other thing. Yesterday, you know, because he goes, oh, I'm so sorry. Listen, I want to reschedule. It's not that, you know, corporate. It's not that I'm not cool, blah, blah, blah. Then he unfriends me on LinkedIn or whatever that's called. He unlinked me. What's the terminology here? So he's gone. He's gone forever.
It sounds like a confused group, but here's the thing. If they're watching, pray tell, come on and explain to us what happened. We want to know. I as a viewer and as involved here, I want to know who's telling stories.
Exactly.
And here's the thing I want to know, right? What is corporate? That's the question I want to ask the audience right now. Is it sitting in your basement doing a daily show, or is it playing an electric flute? Is it posting memes about getting up at 2:30 in the morning? I don't know what it is. Yeah. What I do know is that we are entertaining people.
Right.
And that's always good.
Yes. Here's another rant I'm going to go on. The word corporate is like when people, like the Fox News crowd, use the word thugs. We know what you're talking about when you say thugs. You just can't say the words you want to say because, you know, we've progressed as a society, thank God. When you say that we're not corporate, what you're really saying is that we're not professional. But what I'll tell you what's not professional is bailing out of a podcast appearance a day and a half before and not sending any explanation, not apologizing, not reaching out at all. That is categorically unprofessional. We are not the unprofessional ones. I mean, we are unprofessional. But here's the other thing. What? I've said this a million times. Working in a corporate office setting, it's like 100 years old. Like, we've invented this way, stick up your ass. Nobody uses contractions. Everybody's business. You can't make jokes. We don't like to laugh. Nobody likes having fun. Like, why we've all subscribed to this notion that you have to be boring as fuck, I will never understand. Does being boring mean that you make more money? I'm not sure it does. Look at Richard Branson. He's a whack job. He's a billionaire. What about the guy, Mr. Wonderful? He seems wacky. What about Elon Musk?
Can I also? I was going to say Elon. Let's not forget about Elon. He's out there. he's doing a lot. He's doing big things. I hate to say it, but he's doing big things.
The problem with LinkedIn is that it's a high school with no cool kids. It's all fucking dorks. And as soon as you try to be with the exception of everyone who's been on our show, because if you're coming on our show, you're cool. But
yeah, that's true.
Why wouldn't you want to show some personality? Have a little fun. Also, it's an hour out of your day, you fucking weirdo. You can take a cold shower later. You can journal later. You can not drink later. You can do all the dorky shit later. Just have a little fun on our show.
I always thought to myself too, right? Is that like people have said to me, and I've gotten some feedback, and they said, well, you know what? I want to protect my image. I say to myself, I don't even know who you are.
Yeah, no one knows who you are.
Like, you know, this is just to be honest.
Denise, I said people that haven't been on our show. I'll caveat that further by saying people who signed up to be on our show, assuming you show up. Don't hit me with, don't watch this episode and tell us that we're not corporate enough and then bail out the day and a half before. That's all I ask. I know you're not going to do that though. You're a woman of integrity.
That's true.
And taste and sophistication in many ways.
So yeah, I just think that I can't disagree with you. I think if I made a top 10 list of things that define a professional, I would have to say using a calendar and showing up on, you know, what is that saying, right? We used to say it in football. It was, is it 90% of success is showing, or 80? I forget the percentage, but it's a high one.
Yeah. Availability is an ability, and that's what it is.
Right.
I need you to be available. You need to play. You need to get in the fucking game, show up, have a few giggles, and move on. So now here's the thing. If you bail a day and a half, we can't get another guest. Or we have to pull in someone that we've asked a million times, and we don't want to do that to these poor people that are doing us a favor. So now we have to rant for half an hour to get through an hour of the show. So, well, here we are. Robin, stand up.
Corporate and boring. It's sad how corporate and boring have to be synonymous. It really doesn't have to be that way.
And we know it doesn't too, because we see movies like Wall Street where they were doing tons of coke and making tons of money and having a good time, right? We've seen Mad Men. We used to bang your secretaries and have 3 martini lunches, and you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, those guys seem to be doing all right.
It used to be utopian, it would seem, and now you can't.
You know what's funny? You mentioned that, is I was thinking about it, right? Like when I used to work in a corporate environment, they were always like, you had to wear suits and you had to, come in and you had to, this and that. And I remember thinking to myself, is the owner, is he? What if he's wearing a suit? And oddly enough, every time I had ever seen any of the owners, they were always dressed like I am, in jeans and a t-shirt. Or like,
yeah,
or like we are. Well, I would say like we are, but Robin's I never seen anybody in a hoodie costume.
Robin's taking business casual to a level I'm uncomfortable with.
That's right.
Oh,
and what's with the tiny cup? What is going on?
I know. What is happening? Oh, is that part of the gimmick? They drank out of tiny cup.
Your thing?
Remember espresso cup.
Okay.
But you remember in Tombstone, Doc Holliday had a whiskey cup that he sort of spun around his finger?
Are you supposed to be Doc Holliday? That's not the impression I was getting, but okay, I see it. So you're Val Kilmer and Doc Holliday, then you got to be like, I'll be your Huckleberry.
Pixar
for your cup.
Yeah, you look great.
That's great. Oh man, I see it now. I see it.
No, it's a striking image. The other thing about the PR aspect of this isn't PR supposed to do damage control? And isn't insulting the show that you're canceling on not exactly damage control? Like, what? You just say that he had an emergency, and I'm like, well, another shithead canceled.
Well, here's another thing, right? And I'm not in PR, but we had a similar incident at one of my organizations, and someone made a big snafu, and I said, "Crazy idea. I'm going to help you navigate through this." So, what do you do, RS? I said, you just write and say, I have made a huge mistake. I am terribly sorry for what I have done to you.
Yeah.
And I hope that I can help you in the future. And then, something like that. Be very apologetic. On the other hand, people will write back and say, you better get your mind right. Right? Like, for example, you said we got 5 emails from this gang, from 2 or 3 from him and a few from her. And the last one was from her saying it was her opinion.
Yes.
Now, here's where I would have gone with it. I would have said, listen, if I was going to counsel, I would have said, listen, there's some other engagements that Scott has, and we're not going to be able to have him on.
That's it. That would have ended it. But instead, what they're asking us to believe is that he went to her and said, listen, I have an emergency. Also, emergency 2 days from now isn't how emergencies work. You have an emergency, it's now. It's not in 2 days. But anyway, so we're to believe that he went to her and said, listen, I have an emergency. Cancel my appointments. She goes, okay. And then, you know what? Not an emergency. It's that you're not corporate enough. Blah, 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 blah. Did it. Like, and then he goes to her, he's like, what the fuck? I said emergency. He goes, oh, I'm sorry, I freelanced. I wrote my own narrative. I wrote a new script for it. Isn't that exciting?
Well, I guess my question is this. This is why I'm confused on it, right? Is that 2 things.
Yes.
Perhaps on the front end, you do some research. Not us, but him or her or them, these people. Guests, potential guests.
Another rant I want to go on. Okay.
Number 2, well, I will let you have it after this one. This is number 2 now. I'm just thinking out loud here. Is that I have been invited to parties before, oddly enough, that I was unable to attend for various reasons. Some I have had to attend. I wish I could have gotten out of, but here we are. And every time I am fortunate enough to get out of one that my wife doesn't force me to go to, this is always it. I wish I could get there, but unfortunately we have a prior engagement. Even if the engagement is laying on the couch watching TV or the game, which is my favorite activities, or playing pickleball.
There's a million lies you could come up with that don't involve insulting the person that you're canceling.
So here's my thought. If let's say it was me, breaking out loud, guys, I would have done my research up front, or rather Martin would have. Shout out to Martin.
Right.
And I would have said, Martin, what's going on here? I mean, is this the big deal? And he would have said yes or no. I would have deduced from there. And if I had made it past that far, I would have done the show. But let's say I didn't. I don't have a PR person. Let's say I did. And I said, I'm not going to be able to do it that day because Chuck E. Cheese is having half-price pizzas. Maybe that's where I need to be.
On that. Chuck E. Cheese is expensive.
The Lord calls me to that place that day, and I can't do your show. I would say to myself, right? This is what I would say. I'm going to write these fine gentlemen. I'm going to say, you know what? I have a prior engagement. Because I know an emergency 2 days prior is not an emergency. It's a plan.
Yeah.
I'm smart enough to know that.
My grandmother's going to die in 2 days, and I can't possibly make it.
Yeah. Because at that point, if you wrote that, I would say, you know what? Don't even worry about it. Give me the lottery numbers. Right.
Yes. But to your point, imagine hiring a PR agency and they don't do the due diligence of watching the show that you're agreeing to appear on beforehand. Isn't that part of PR? Here's the thing. Yeah. We do 5 hours of content a week. You can tune in for any 2-minute span and get a feel for the show. It's not like it's a lot.
We're also on Instagram, in case anyone was wondering.
And X and Facebook.
And everywhere. But here's one other thing here. I'm in lockstep here with you. Let me say this to you now. The other thing is this, is that if I decided to start a PR firm, which it sounds like I may be qualified to do it now, I think that I would have just written back and said, you know what, Rick, I just said, Rick can't make it this week. He's got a prior engagement. And that's it.
That's it.
I wouldn't have written and said, you know what, you guys are not corporate enough, because here's the question I would have to shoot back to her.
Right.
What is corporate?
And here's the thing too, like exactly. And if you've seen the show, you know I'm gonna fight back. You know we're gonna fight back. We're just, oh man, I wish we were more corporate. If only Robin didn't dress up like a fucking Toy Story character.
Now my thought was gonna be, now let's say this, because we know a thing or two about cold email, and Eric's the best copywriter I know.
No, thank you.
So let's say this, and that includes the dead boy. So that never gets old, the dead boy. I love saying that.
So sad.
Long story, guys. We'll share it for another day. But here's where I don't want to digress. Wouldn't it have made sense to say to yourself, if I don't want to do that show, why wouldn't I want to do it? Are people bigger than me been on that show? For example, our guest on Monday, did I remind you, is bigger than all of us combined.
He sold $50 million worth of dirt. He's best friends with Mariano Rivera. He had a sit down with the core 4 Yankees. I'd say 5, but Bernie Williams.
He hangs out with Tomcat Brady.
He has an interview with fucking Mike Tyson on YouTube. We had the guy that came up with the priceless MasterCard campaign, one of the most successful campaigns of all time. MasterCard overtook Visa because of that campaign. I don't know what this fucking guy's done.
We had Bo Jackson's coach.
It hasn't been that shit.
We had Bo Jackson's coach.
Jack Crow, best friends with Bo Jackson. I mean, listen, we're the guy that had a podcast with Jackie the Joke Man Martling for 8 years on Sirius was on the fucking show. So
we had remember Martin we had on he was developing software to detect shooters.
Remember Isaac? He's has fucking juvenile on his payroll. I mean,
Garrett worked at NASA. Garrett is a genius.
He invented.
We've had like at least 5 people that have worked at NASA.
Yeah,
we got NASA up the ass. Fabian fucking invented moon landings.
I mean, he's a genius.
It's 2 guys.
We had Chuck who invented SEO. Remember him? And Lisa who invented design and WordPress.
Yes. We have Eric Ryan, Rodney Steele, and Robin Valdez have all been on the show, and they're bigger. I mean, I don't know if it gets bigger than that. I don't know who it is.
Yeah, I can't even speak on it. Yeah. So we've had some big guests. I guess the other thing I would say too is that if I was doing PR, I would just reach out and say it's not going to work. But the other thing I would say too, right, is maybe in a twisted world, this is where I was going with it. Maybe she thought, you know what? Maybe these guys will hire me to make them more corporate.
Oh,
maybe it was a reverse sales tactic. Did we think of that?
No.
We got to get her on to know. We need to know the answers from. We need. This is what we need. We need Peter and Susan, or what's their names? Peter and Stacey to come on and tell us.
Okay. You know what would have been great too is if she said, "Listen, guys, you're just too big for us." She should have kissed our ass, and then we would have felt so much better. But what she did instead, she could have. Here's what she could have done. She could have lied. That would have been reasonable. She could have told us we were too big. The thing that she should not have done is insulted us because, well, now we got 22 minutes out of it, so it's not bad.
I mean, I could go on for 5 hours, but
can we move on from this?
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's been 3 minutes. Well, I'm in
Brooklyn, New York.
This is but where are you from originally?
North Carolina originally.
North Carolina,
Raleigh to be exact.
University of National Champions. Is that where you went?
That's where I attended. I have continued the legacy here in business and in specific niches of business and the PO world
and in life
and the pickleball world as well. I don't even want to talk about what I did on the other night to people, but.
All right, we'll get to it. All right, let's get to the news. Listen, they bailed on us, but we got almost 24 minutes out of it. So,
not bad.
Not bad.
Plus, the news stories today are pretty freaking great.
Thoughts and prayers to them.
Thoughts and prayers. If only we would be more corporate, we would be. Okay, what do you got?
Can we move on?
Yes, let's move on to the news.
Do you have little guns? Do you have little guns for your costume or no?
I do not. My girlfriend does though. I don't know if it's in the room.
Wait, she's Woody too?
No, she's gonna.
No, she's Buzz Lightyear. But
so she's in a NASA costume.
I mean this respectfully, but like a slutty Buzz Lightyear.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to say the S word, but yes.
She's in a trash bag outfit.
Oh, thank God they were slutty Buzz Lightyear. Yes, they were on the show. They were here in our hearts.
That's a very good point, Alex. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. You can't
see our viewers are very smart. I feel like the New Yorker magazine, NPR, they have very smart viewers, and our show.
Yeah, we have the best and brightest.
The geniuses.
The
savants. Yeah. Savantry.
Not corporate, my asshole. Okay, what's in the news?
All right. I think this is the first time we're doing like the news at 24 minutes in.
Yeah, we did it.
It's been quite a drag.
Well, we did breaking news.
Yeah, we padded this episode.
So we all know and love Disney. In fact, I'm actually dressed as a Disney character right now.
Robin.
Yeah. So they're remaking the oldest Disney film there is, which is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, classic movie, and they're making it into a live action. Now, unfortunately, there's a lot of controversy because shrouded in this new film because the Disney's casting choice is pretty horrific. So Snow White, I have no problem with. She's played by a Latina actress, which I think is great casting. She actually really looks like Snow White. Unfortunately, there are some races that don't agree with the casting of Snow White, but the big issue is they did a step backwards with the Seven Dwarves. They're not dwarves. They're just
what are they?
Normal people.
No,
I don't think you can say. Wait, can you say dwarves? I don't think.
Well, every time you say dwarfs, I sort of shudder a little because of the environment that we live in.
I think it's little people.
I don't. Is that even? Okay. Wait.
That can be offensive, here. Right?
The dwarves are going to be 7 magical creatures of various shapes, sizes, and genders. I was able to get an early picture of the dwarves. What do you think?
This is only 7.
This is all the tryout. This is RuPaul's Drag Race, but I think if you're not.
Wait, where's RuPaul at?
What's that?
Oh, she's not in it. Okay.
I don't think RuPaul is it.
Yeah, he's not in it. They're not in it.
Oh, thank our one viewer's taking off. No, Alex will still be here. Denise, thank you for tuning in, and thanks for being.
Have a great weekend.
Until you cancel your appearance after this thing. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, why do people get so upset about casting in Disney remakes? Do you remember The Little Mermaid? Wasn't that the thing? Wasn't that the thing everyone was upset about?
Yeah. I think I'm a little upset. I'll tell you what I think they should do. I think that they should cast Terry Crews in this role. That's what I want to see. I want to see him as the main lead.
Terry Crews,
and The Rock as one of the dwarfs.
I could see that.
And Vin Diesel as the other one.
I don't think you're far off because in this article they said that this new Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs will not be a love story. There will be no dwarves. She will not be saved by a prince, and she's not longing for the love of her life, which begs the question: why the fuck are you remaking the movie? That's the entire plot. Why not just make a new movie starring a lovely Latina actress and don't involve dwarf? What's the point?
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone cried about The Little Mermaid too. So in the Fox News comment section, they were like trying to be funny. So here's one. It's no longer 1937. Instead of a kiss from Prince Charming, Snow White will be woken up by a WhatsApp message from a boss at the corporate job she hates. And then there was something else. It was like, how many billions is Disney going to lose off of this remake? Well, the new Little Mermaid, starring the African-American mermaid, grossed $570 million and has 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. Is one of the highest grossing films of this year. So go woke, go broke is not true.
Can I ask a question though that really confused me? Is how in the world do they learn to hold their breath that long? How did they do it?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I actually saw the new Little Mermaid.
Are these people Navy SEALs?
It's incredible. It's incredible.
It was good because they stayed true to the story. Unlike Snow White, they're like changing the whole entire plot. So it's a step back from Disney.
Did the crab sing? Did Flounder sing? Did all those boys they get a little musical number?
It's very true to the original. Yeah.
They were real.
I think it was a real flounder. Well, not a real flounder, but I think it looked like a flounder.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Was it big and
like,
fat
wow, they
yellow?
found a real. I was going to say, who trained a crab to sing? It's so good.
Hollywood is amazing.
They're incredible.
Oh my God, Robin! I like that you're young enough that you see all the movies we talk about because you saw Barbie. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, like we're too old for that shit. If me and Rodney go to Barbie, someone's calling the cops.
Yeah.
Honestly, it wasn't so bad. I think if you'd watch it, you'd kind of get.
It's not that it was bad. We can't go to the theater and see it. They're gonna like, what are those two men doing watching Barbie all alone?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When I went to the Disney bachelor party, we went to all the Florida parks. So we went to the one with the Minions. I don't know if that Universal or some shit. So 9 guys, and we went into the Minions ride, and I got separated from the group just because the way it was like 4 people here, 4 people. I was the straggling, and a single male in my 40s sat next to a child and his parents. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm not here to touch your kid. I'm here at a bachelor party, which sounds even crazier. But that's what going to the Barbie movies like. You have to apologize to all the children.
It's like if I go to Six Flags, right? Eric's right. I have to stay with my I'm usually with my wife, but when I've gone with groups, if you separate, you're dead to me.
They start
figure out you're wrong. Here's how you handle that. Okay, this is a life hack. You drive. So you say to them, if I get separated from the group, Good luck.
I'm driving home.
Good luck.
That's
Let me know how it goes. Right. And you never ever, that never ever happens here.
Yeah. Because if you say I'm not here to molest children, that's something someone there.
Then they're like,
molest children. Right.
Like, the molester just told us he's not here
yourself.
to molest. Yeah. It never works.
I know. It's a dangerous world we live in. Speaking of dangerous worlds, what's next in the news? I'll tell you.
Oh, yes, please.
It involves guns.
So I don't know if you guys have ever played Grand Theft Auto, but like the next story really sounds like something that you do in Grand Theft Auto. So if you've played the game, you know what I'm talking about. You take a car. Obviously, you go down the gates of like an air base and try to commandeer a fighter jet and terrorize the city. So this actually happened in Texas. An unidentified driver sped into the gates, and he was greeted with a hail of bullets. He panicked, I guess, and floored it until he managed to exit, where he eventually got caught for a separate incident.
Was his plan to steal a plane? I mean, I guess if you're going through an Air Force base,
I mean, what else is there
for? Yeah,
he might have wanted to get a deal at the BX.
That's true. The PX and the BX have very good prices on a variety of merchandises. I've been to many of these checkpoints as my father's in the military. It just seems to be this would be the bet. Like if you're going to speed into some place and steal some shit, maybe don't do it where everyone has guns. Oh, by the way, they shot him. Well, they shot at him. They missed because they're the Air Force. But seriously, they riddled his car with bullets and didn't hit the driver.
And he didn't think at that point maybe it's time to turn around.
He did, as a matter of fact, and he drove the wrong way back through the checkpoint. So So he drove in. They shot him. He turned around, sped through, and then they caught him eventually in a separate incident. He did some other crazy shit, which was unidentified in this article.
So he's unidentified, and the crazy shit he did is unidentified. But
we don't know a lot about what happened. We don't know what his goal was. We don't know why he did it. We don't know what the separate event was.
Can I just say what I think? I think this man's disappeared.
I don't think he was ever real to begin with.
Yeah, he is not. We've lost him.
The thing that bothers me about this is everyone always says when something happens bad, they were like, well, where's the good guys with the guns? We need more guns. If only we had more guns, it would be a safer world. This fucking guy went into a military base. They shot at him. It prevented nothing. We need to stop giving crazy people guns. I'm sure he was armed. I mean, you're gonna fucking do this without a gun? It's a Texas military base. And in the comments section, they say this only happened because the military's too woke. What did the military being woke have to do with the madman driving into an Air Force base?
Surprisingly, this isn't uncommon. Like a couple of months ago, this happened in North Carolina as well. Very similar case.
All right. What is the point? Do you think is it Grand Theft Auto? Are they trying to?
You know what happened is they were like, listen, we cannot fire these weapons off and get this guy. Get the jet ready. We're going to need you to take him from the air. They're like, it's going to take us 20, 30 minutes to get this thing up. We'll get after it. We can't get him. Right? It's like I used to always say this joke. It's like, well, the Navy's like, is he in the ocean?
Yeah.
We can't help him.
I don't know. The military's too woke. They shot at him. What else do you want them to do? Nuke him? I mean, fuck. What would they have done? Oh, in the 60s, we would have what? What would you have done? Shot at him. That's what we did. Oh my God.
They would have wrestled him from the car. Be a man. Hand-to-hand combat. That's when the military wasn't woke. All right. Speaking of awful things in the world, Robin, what is your country getting us into? Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay. So this next story is very close to home for me. And I've seen several posts about it on the news, on Instagram and social media. The comments are very divided. So I do have a little bit of a rant about this, and I'll get into it. So it's about Biden reiterating the U.S.-Philippines Mutual Defense Treaty. So you guys know we've had tension with China for a few years on the so-called South China Sea. Spoiler alert, is actually the West Philippine Sea. So Biden quoted the U.S. defense commitment to the Philippines is ironclad. So an attack on any Filipino aircraft, vessel, or armed force is an attack on the United States. Now, America is very divided on like where we stand on this case, because they're like, half of them are like, we didn't agree to this because this is where our taxpayer money is going. It's a waste of effort on money on our military to like defend these territories.
Wait, Americans are saying that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wrong. That's fundamentally there's a misunderstanding about the way the world works. We need to protect our interests, and we are interested in you.
So we're interested in Robin.
Biden knows how important this show is to the American public. We can't lose you. You're a national treasure.
I bet it's the only thing he listens to. They're like doing your briefings. The Eric and Rodney show and Robin right now.
That's right. That's why he's taking so many he vacations every morning from 10 to 11 Eastern Standard Time.
Or Filipinos won't be able to watch the show if this happens.
we'll lose our co-host. We're gonna have to find another Asian Robin.
The dictator watching.
Well, okay, I have information on this dictator. So here's the thing: China keeps bumping into Filipino boats just to be like I don't know, dickish. Do you know how big the ocean is? How the fuck do you look? Billions of miles, isn't it? Listen, I'm no ocean doctor. I think it's pretty big. If these two things run into each other, it's on purpose, right? So they're being dickish. I didn't know this, but this is interesting. So this new guy of yours, Marcos, he is way more close to the United States. We sympathize with him, whatever. The previous guy was into China. So now that your new guy is on our team, he's kind of being dickish right back, which is good. I think somebody needs to push back on China, right? Let's not start a war. let's just slap. Can we just slap each other?
Let's just be friends.
I don't think. Well, okay. So this brings me to another point. I looked up the last time China was involved in a real war, not this like Tibet shit, dicking around with the Philippines. It was Vietnam in 1979. They've gone a long time without some serious armed conflict. I'm not sure you want it. It's not great. We fight constantly, and it's not good. I just don't.
We're involved in things that we're not even involved in. I was reading something the other day, right? And it was like, we've been helping somebody or something about we had been helping another faction or something in Syria. And I'm like, who knows?
Yeah. Like, do you remember after 9/11, the shock and awe campaign? You saw everything blow up. It was crazy. I'm not pulling the xenophobic shit, but that's what we do when we go to war. And does China want that? Like they want Beijing just fucking in a hail of gunfire and smoke and bombs. I mean, why do you do what is the point of this?
You know what? Speaking on that, Eric, I'll tell you something. I think that's not funny, but it's good for us, right? So I was happy about it. But I remember being a kid, and I think I was in like 6th or 7th grade, and I played football. And I remember going to school that day, and then going to football practice. And I remember right after school, they were like, "We have invaded. United States had invaded Kuwait, right?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was Iraq. Mm-hmm. And I remember by the time football practice was over, which might have been 3 hours, we had taken it.
It was a very quick war.
It was like a 3 or 4 hour war. And I remember them being like, "You come over here, we're going to kill everybody." And literally, another incident I remember is I was watching Mattis talking one time, and they said, "How long do you think it would take for us to secure the everything in North Korea?" And he said somewhere between 30 to 45 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. Now I'm just thinking to myself, just thinking out loud, I don't know if China is ready for it.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I think they've you know how people annoy you sometimes to the point where you just have to fight back. You're going to drop the gloves and go, "Let's go. You're talking shit. Let's fucking go outside." And they go, whoa. I think we kind of need to drop the gloves and just go, "Let's fucking go then. You want to go? You're fucking dicking around. You're doing all this shit in Africa with the fucking loans they can't pay back, taking the naval ports. You fuck around with Tibet. You fuck around with the Philippines. You're dicking around with fucking Russia. Do you want to go?" And then just invite them outside and see if they want to go outside. Mm-hmm. Not me. I'm a pussy. But I'm saying the tough guys, they should do that.
So who are you thinking who would we send? Joe Biden against Xi?
What are the options?
I got to be completely honest with you, and I'm not advocating this fight, but I believe Kamala would be better suited to take on Xi than Biden. I think Biden would fall over his feet.
Biden is 80 years old. I don't think that's too old to be fighting a war or saying
the Philippine army. We're short and hard to shoot at. Just send us. We'll take care of it.
We're big and fat, so we're easy to hit.
When you put us together, it's hard to see us, except vertically. We're horizontally challenged.
You ever play that Nintendo hockey game where you pick the fat guy, a skinny guy, or a medium guy? Like all the Americans are the fat guys. All the Filipinos
it's just called hockey.
Guys. It's called hockey. It's great. I love that game.
Now it's like EA Sports 2012, 2019, whatever.
No, we got ice hockey.
It was hockey, baseball. Right.
Remember after the second period, the Zambonis would clean the ice and you couldn't skip it. You'd have to sit there for 2 minutes and watch.
And I remember I didn't know anything about hockey, and I would be like, "What in the hell is icing?" Remember that?
I learned everything I know about hockey from that. I'm still not sure.
I still don't know what icing means, but I know it's not.
I know they blow the whistle and I have to take the puck to the other side of the thing, and I don't like it.
And I know when it's going to happen in the game. I'm like, "Oh, it's icing." I always know that. And I remember one time this guy was like, I think you followed hockey. I'm like, "Dude, come on. I played hockey when I was a kid." He's like, "You did?" I won Nintendo, not in real life. No,
1986. Yeah. You know what the key to that game is? You shoot it when you can't see the goal. You just shoot blind. As soon as you're halfway down the screen, shoot, and then the goalie doesn't know where it's going. So anyway, Robin has no idea what we're talking about. Neither does the general audience.
No. I missed that era of gaming.
What's next? I like this story. This is it's not a happy story, but
well, I know Eric has done a deep dive on this, maybe several. Okay, so it's about a bar owner in England who kept her pub open and running for an entire year after she was bankrupt. But she really tried to make it, and I think it was hard for her, and I think she made it hard for other people too.
Hey, I see what you did there.
So the most logical thing to do in 2023 when you're hitting rock bottom is to start an OnlyFans, which is what this woman did. So, if we don't monetize the show eventually, what that means, right?
Robin is going to get an OnlyFans. An OnlyFans.
Oh, she's in a flag. I was like, what does she wear? She's in the flag. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So just for context, for 2 pieces of context, the last time we did an OnlyFans story, my mother goes, your guest didn't know what OnlyFans was, and I don't know what OnlyFans is. That's my mother talking. So I explained it to her, but just in case you don't know what OnlyFans is, it's a website where you can pay people like this Lauren Beers official money to see her naked. So this is what she did. She was starting to sell nudes, and I got to tell you, this is the most tame picture that they had on this. I mean, and I did do the deep dive. She does everything by herself. She hasn't involved other people yet, but that's coming. But so she owned this place, which is a lovely bar. Look at this lovely English bar. This is in Outlane, England, but it's looks
beautiful landscaping.
Beautiful.
Like
you can drink outside, but look, it doesn't end. They had events. Look at this Halloween party. Everybody's showing up.
That's all the people that showed up after.
Well, no, there were more. I think it was just a group. Look at that spread. I mean,
that's nice. Oh, they have the sandwiches there with the edges cut off. I love it.
Yeah, I like that too. And little pretzels. Looks like I don't know what is.
What is that weird stuff? What's that weird stuff there in the bowl? That's weird.
I don't know. Yeah, I was trying to figure. This is one of those things where I can't identify British food. All I can say is there's definitely sandwiches. Beyond that, pretzels.
Pretzels too. Yeah, I can have that. And I think those things on the day are the sourdough logs. Have you tried those? They're delightful. They have They have the different flavors.
Sourdough logs. Yeah. No. What is the?
Yeah, they're like a pretzel, but it's like a little on the very end there behind the lasagna or mac cheese or whatever that is.
Oh yeah. Would you dip it in these?
They're Snyder's. They're little Snyder's things.
Sorry? Oh, Snyder's are great. I like the flavored Snyder bites, like the.
Yeah, that's what they are. Isn't that what that is in the back?
Oh, maybe. Do they have Snyder's in England? Anyway.
Sorry. What's going on?
My point is, this looks like a good time. Everyone, the bar is beautiful. Why can't you keep something like this open? God, if they had, all we have is fucking Applebee's. Look at this place. This is independently owned. It must be amazing.
Can you go back to the picture of the people? I just have an observation I want to share with everyone.
Yeah.
So everyone here is dressed up except for Steve in the front.
Why is he in the front? I know.
Get out of it. Oh wait. And the lady on the far right, I think.
The lady on the far right's not trying very hard. Yeah. If I had to guess, we have Ali G in the back. I'm going to go Axl Rose. The guy in the left, it might be another Toy Story Woody.
That's Woody. Yeah.
A cowboy.
He did a pretty good job. I think that other lady on the far left is Amy Winehouse.
That probably makes. And
then the one there, that's wait, hold on. Is that Amy Schumer? Is that who she's supposed to be? Right? Oh no, Barbie. It's probably Barbie.
That's Barbie, and the girl in the middle is Jasmine.
That's the owner.
The girl in the middle was I thought she was a mermaid in that costume. But she's
no,
Jasmine. Okay. Yes.
Who's the African American fella next to the guy that's not dressed up?
I thought that was the Spike Lee character that used to play for Nike.
Oh, maybe you're right.
I forget his name. The guy in the back's Aladdin, right?
Yes, but Alex has a great point. There's nary a jalapeno popper in sight.
Yeah, no, there's.
You know what it is? The British don't like flavor or spice.
And then who's the girl on the right there? Who is that with the red hair? Who's she supposed to be?
I got nothing on that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe she's not trying. Sorry. So there's three people are not in costume.
No, but they showed up, which is nice. So so she couldn't keep this place open. She turned to OnlyFans. Her OnlyFans is delightful. I got to tell you, she's aggressive. She's going to continue the OnlyFans career, but she lost the bar. This begs many questions, but one of which is I watched a documentary on Irish pubs. And pub culture fascinates me. So these guys, I guess they go to work and then they go to a pub and they drink all night and then they go home. Do you just skip the part where you have raise your children and pay attention to your wife? Is that how that works?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it sounds great.
A pub person's work is never done.
I don't think a pub person's work is never done. Also, who can afford to drink from the time they get off of work until the time they have to go to bed and start over? It's cost prohibitive.
Well, here's the thing, right? Is that they own the bar. And then when they go to other people's bar, they'll say, "Hey, listen, give me a couple of free pints here, and I'll hook you up when you come down next." The other thing, though, that doesn't make sense is they say they leave and then they go to other people's bars. So then, how do those people that own that bar go to another pub?
I don't understand pub culture at all. I play bar trivia once a month, and it breaks me. It's so goddamn expensive. Now, granted, drink a lot, but I don't know. Sad story. Anyway, she needs the help.
One thing I don't understand about British food is like, didn't they wage literal wars over spices and now they just won't use them? Like, weren't these people fighting over nutmeg for like hundreds of years?
Why did you fight for curry if you're not going to use it, for Christ's sakes? Yeah, like, it's very like, you know, I do like when they cut the crust off, but this just like, it's all white. It's white on white on white. There's nothing, no spice in there.
What's that weird white stuff in the middle? That looks like something. Remember that movie, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation? It looks like something Uncle Eddie brought.
Very fit. And the shit next to it was very colorful, but like, what is the green and the orange? Like, is that?
Yeah, what is that shit?
I don't know. It looked like spring rolls.
Now, I remember the first time I went to the UK, they were like, "Well, what do you eat for breakfast?" I'm like, "None of this shit."
I know.
You guys got Pop-Tarts or anything? Like, and they're like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I can't trust any of this stuff. I'm gonna have to eat something out of them."
It's true. It's like, what do you want for breakfast? Beans or a tomato? Like,
they're like, you want beans or spotted dick? I'm gonna pass on those two. I'm gonna go in a different direction. You got any fruit?
Honestly, I'd argue that the English breakfast isn't that bad. You get like two of everything, 2 eggs, 2 sausages, 2 like meat pies.
Yeah, but like I don't like blood sausages. I don't like that kind of shit.
Blood sausage tastes like Christmas. There's like a lot of nutmeg. It's weird for something that's full of blood.
It's not my thing.
The beans, I'm not a huge. Well, why the fucking baked beans? Let's take a look at that tablecloth. Oh yeah. Oh,
there's beans. Where are the beans at?
No, I'm just saying in English breakfast. The tablecloth that looks like asteroids. Is that asteroids? I think. They had a 90 themed party.
Yeah, it's asteroids. It looks like.
Well, I'm sorry for her, but something tells me when I did my very light research on our OnlyFans page, she's gonna be just fine.
Here's the thing, though. She only has 249 likes. Maybe she should. Just crazy idea. What she should do is do the OnlyFans and then say, "Come on down to wherever she is and have a beer with me."
On her OnlyFans page, she's naked in the bar quite a bit. So if she just kept up that policy,
and that didn't sell.
No, it didn't seem like anyone else was in the bar. But if she just kept up that policy on, we'll say a Wednesday night, I would certainly. Well,
my marketing brain's coming to me. Here's a crazy idea. She should open the bar back up and just invite people in and be naked.
If only somebody thought about women being naked to sell products in a place.
Well, she's the one wanting to sell them, and she owns the place, so.
Yeah. Well, goodbye forever, Wagon and Horses. You had a good run.
I got to be honest. Can I just make a couple observations?
Yes.
There was no signage out front. It looked a little bare. Needs some plants. Wagons and Horses sounds horrendous. I would be like, maybe you call it free beer.
Yeah, but it's
something
British.
Clever.
I think British people like this kind of shit, though. Wagons and Horses. You can't call it like the spearmint rhino. Or,
like literally, like banana. There's like one tiny little plant there. Everything's brick and concrete and rain.
Yeah, that's true.
We need some plants and bushes.
Very British, though. Like if you lived in this house, you just walk over here. There's a naked chick at the bar. Oh, how do you not make money?
Yeah, maybe paint the outside of it pink.
I'm pretty sure a lot of her regulars have seen her nude. Like it's got to be a thing.
I'm not a regular, and I've seen her nude.
Yeah. There it is.
Eric's never even been there.
I hadn't even heard of her until this morning, and she's nude everywhere. Just so you know. It's not me, it's her. All right,
it ain't me, boss.
I love when we do OnlyFans stories because I get to do research.
You know what we should do, right? And I was looking at this a while back. There's a guy on I can't think of his name, but I'll look it up and send it to you. And I follow him, and he is an OnlyFans manager. So he takes like these. He also has a thing now where they build TikTok shops. Where like they create the content and then they sell it, or I don't know exactly how it works. I'm trying to get him on here to talk to us about it.
I would love to know what an OnlyFans manager does. What does he call and go? Did you post news today? Yes. Click. Isn't that the job? You make sure they're.
No, they manage their social and like they take care of things, right? Like like they'll film the content of the artist. They'll film the content and then they'll send it to them and they'll get it sorted.
I have an issue. Like, God, people are so mean in the comments with this chick too, and I don't understand. Like, I'm not saying they're slut shaming necessarily because she's not selling sex, but whatever. Like, slut shaming in general. Don't we like attractive women? Don't we like when attractive women take their clothes off? Don't we like when we get to see women who've taken their clothes off and they are attractive? They're giving us what we want. Why would we insult them? I don't understand that at a fundamental
level. Let me ask you a question though, and that's a good point. Do you think that the shaming is coming from gentlemen or from women?
I don't know.
I didn't see the comments, so I'm just curious because I always find unless a man's wife is around, I've never heard a man I can't believe she's naked. What's going on here?
The first comment, yeah.
If a man's with his wife, he's like, I can't be here.
Yeah. Well, okay. The first comment in this story was a guy who said, "Oh, so she pours beer and sells nude pictures for a living. Her parents must be so proud." Dude, you're an internet troll, fucking talking shit about a chick trying to save a bar. See, are your parents proud? Like, why be mean? She's look almost. She's. If you look like this and you don't have an OnlyFans, it's almost a crime against God. That's what you were put here to do, and she's doing it. So,
you know what? I mean, he was jealous. He didn't have an OnlyFans.
He's sad. He's very sad. We all sell our bodies in one way or another. If you work,
well, here's the thing, right? This is the thing. He's just assuming things because maybe her mother created OnlyFans. Maybe her mother is a nude portrait sitter. I don't know. Who knows?
Very presumptuous internet troll.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right.
Maybe
anyway.
his father was a troll, a real troll that lived under a bridge. Who knows?
Maybe he was a dwarf who lived with a princess in the woods. All right. What's next?
Rodney needs to recollect himself.
Lived with the princess in the woods. That's good.
This is what happens when people cancel last minute and we have to pad the show for a fucking hour. We're professionals.
We get wild.
Peter, this is all Peter's fault.
So it is 2023, and I still think the Beatles are played in almost every home until now. So they've blessed us for years, and they've done it again because they're actually releasing a new song. It's titled Now and Then. It'll be their final song and gift to the world. They managed to find most of them are.
Yeah.
Well, so Yoko Ono, which was John Lennon's ex-wife, managed to find like an old cassette which had a 1970s demo of John Lennon and the song. So they extracted John Lennon's vocals and they kind of made the recording, which is going to be this new song.
I think the funny part is Paul McCartney always wanted to release the song, but George Harrison said it was rubbish. But now George Harrison is dead. So Paul McCartney's like, guess we're releasing the song now. But does the world look, the Beatles aren't my thing. I acknowledge that they're one of the greatest of all time. They could play for 3 hours and you'd love every fucking song. They're great. We don't need another song. It wasn't finished. It was a demo. It's not good. You have enough money. Can you stop? You just fucking go away. This guy's dead. Stop. Leave the memories alone.
That wasn't the
BIOS. What? Yeah, I think it's just like that time they were like, we found the last recording of Kurt Cobain, and they put it out, and it was like, this song sucks.
You know why it wasn't released? Because it wasn't good. I love DMX with every fiber of my being. If there's a lost DMX record, I don't want to hear it because it's going to be terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
When they released an Elvis Greatest Hits in the 90s, and they had one of these songs, it was a little less conversation. It was okay, but it sounded nothing like Elvis. They had to get like major producers to do it. It had like bass. It
had like 20 remixes. Yeah.
It was a remix thing. So maybe if you're going to remix this, if you get Swiss Beats involved or something, maybe it'll be good. But we don't need another Beatles. Also, they have 8,000 songs. We need 8,001.
They have a lot of songs.
Whoa, 8,000?
They have a lot of songs. They have a lot of songs.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of albums, a lot of hits. I don't think we need one more.
Yeah, they have a lot of hits.
Just now. All right. Well, we have 8 minutes to kill because we don't have a guest. What happened to that, by the way? Did we talk about this? Did we talk about how somebody bailed today? Did we cover this yet?
We covered it for 25 minutes. Yeah.
All right, Robin. Tell us about
Robin didn't like covering it.
I don't know.
Oh, well, it's going to be great. It's going to be a great party. Manila always is wild for Halloween, which is surprising because you think we're a Catholic country. There's still some stigma around it, actually, with like the parents saying it's supposed to be celebrating the dead.
Yeah.
You're not going out trick or treating, are you?
No, clubbing.
But do people do that in the Philippines?
Oh yeah, do you trick or treat? We're a big Halloween family, and we used to live next door to a very, very Christian lady, and she would be like, I don't celebrate Halloween. Do you know they used to trick or treat with the hollowed out heads of Christians? I was like, oh, that's terrible. We don't do that now. So we've moved on. We don't hollow out any heads. You can just buy a plastic pumpkin.
You know what I would have told her?
People think this is such an evil holiday. It's girls dressing slutty and eating candy. What the fuck?
You know what I would have said, Eric? This is what you should have said. You should have said, well, you know what's funny? I was just telling my wife, I don't know if we're going to hollow your head out because the last neighbors we hollowed all their heads up. They had 8 kids, so we've got a lot of baskets.
Right. Once you hollow out one head, you can reuse it.
Let me measure you.
Keep hollowing out heads.
You should have been like this.
Yeah.
I can fit at least for 25 Snickers bars in your skull.
How many Snicker bars per skull? Well, I had to do another one because the neighborhood was very generous.
Yeah.
Aren't you hosting a Halloween party yourself, Eric?
I am tomorrow. It's a big day. Today I have to go get. We ordered sandwiches. We're catering it, getting a little pizza. I got to go get the booze today. I make a lot of booze. Yep. I'm getting a bouncy house. I have to order the bouncy house today. I got a lot on the agenda.
And guess where I'm going to be on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week?
Where?
A pickleball.
Of course.
I don't know if I'm giving it or taking it, but I'm going to be there.
You and pickleball, man. Oh,
our website. Serious.
Just in case anybody cares for this, the last 5 minutes, our website is new and improved and funnier. I don't know.
I wouldn't say it's new and improved. I would say it was non-existent to beautiful.
Yes. So the ericandrodneyshow.com is. Have you guys checked it out? Your pictures are on there.
I've seen it. Yeah, it looks great. Yeah, everyone loves it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. What do you want to talk? Do you want to end early, or do you want to?
No. Let's keep talking. Let's keep on talking about it.
What do you got?
I did my first newsletter this week.
Oh, you did? Yeah. How'd that go?
It's the wind down.
I saw that.
The wind down with by RS. So anyone, I would love everyone to subscribe to it.
So in the wind down, you spotlight. You did an inspirational quote. You did a clip from the show. You did something you learned about toilet paper. It's very informative.
Yeah. Well, I figured it's just something light to read. You know what I mean? You don't want to go heavy on them. Like, you know what? While they're worried about the wars or the Joe Biden being on vacation or whatever might be happening, I say to myself, you know what? Let's have a little levity.
It's bathroom reading. It's good bathroom reading.
That's right. That's what, you know what? That's funny. That's where it came to me at.
In the bathroom?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I do my best reading too. Robin, where do you do your best reading?
I don't read too much, to be honest.
He doesn't read.
Not a reader?
No. The only things I read are the stuff Rodney sends me, and that for me is like enough.
When was the last time you read a book, an honest to God paper book that you had to turn pages?
It's been since college. Textbooks.
What was that, 2 years ago?
I know, you're a very young boy.
Yeah, how old are you now, Robbins?
26, but so I finished college when I was 18, I think. Pretty young. That's pretty young, right?
So you're a slow learner.
You finished college at 18?
Yeah, Robbins is a savant. He's a genius.
Thank you. But so we're still using like the old, at least we were when I graduated high school, we were using like the old American education system, which was K to 10. Now it's K to 12. So like we only had a school until the 10th grade. We also didn't have middle school. So like everything is kind of excelled.
Jesus. You guys, nice. Not enough food, not enough learning. You gotta fucking 7. Is your girlfriend in the apartment right now?
She is.
Is she dressed up like? Is she dressed up like Buzz Lightyear? Can we get a picture of the happy couple?
I can ask.
Yeah, let's see.
Let me see. 1 second.
This is exciting. Love Halloween costumes. Big fan.
You know what I always like to wear is I like to wear "Hello, my name is," and I put Steve or Peter or whatever, and they're like, "Who are you come as?" I'm Steve today. By the way, I'm wearing my Portland, Maine shirt.
Portland, Maine. Oh God, I love Portland, Maine. One of the best meals in my life. What the fuck was it called?
Bad news. She's still taking her sweet time.
Oh my God, dude, the party's gonna start any second now.
All right, just bring the camera in there. Then it's on the spot.
When was the last time we went to Portland, Maine? I'll list the places I like. Eventide has the best soup I've ever had. It's a lobster stew, but it's Thai inspired. It's very mushroom heavy and like curry, and it's fucking.
We love mushrooms.
Oh, it's so fucking good. Duck fat. They cook everything in duck fat, which is delightful.
It's delightful.
Central Provisions like tapas, but it's high-end tapas. It's like beet salad, but it's all weird. They got foie gras, and it's just fucking crazy. It's little plates full of very expensive stuff, very hippie-esque. Scales is where I got one of the best meals of my life. Oh, it was delightful. One of those restaurants we have to everything's a la carte, including the bread, like the breadsticks. They weren't breadsticks, but you know what I mean. No complimentary bread. You got to buy that shit.
A la carte breadsticks.
Yeah. Yes, a la carte breadsticks. I know that's how you know it's fucking fancy.
Yeah, there's a place. I go to in North Carolina, and it's not super high end, but it's a steakhouse, and everything is like boom, 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 like nothing's included. So like a wedge salad is like $15, a bread basket is $10. You know what? It's on and on and on.
Like Abe and Louie's, like the fucking asparagus is $12. Can I just get how about 4?
Can I get a couple sprigs?
I know I don't need that much fucking asparagus. What is the problem?
I know when it comes out right, and it's like a head of asparagus. You're like, I only needed 3 pieces. I didn't need 25. But the other table might. Exactly. You guys want any?
Mm-hmm. Share. Everyone at Abe and Louie shared. It would make a lot more sense.
Everyone gets one asparagus.
I went to Portland, Maine not too long ago, and there must have been 12 bachelorette parties. So if you're a single male and you're looking to go smash a chick in a bachelorette party, Portland, Maine is teeming with them, dripping with bachelorettes. Very lot of breweries. A lot of sleeve tattoos, a lot of ironic mustaches, a lot of bachelorette parties. All right, that's all I got. We get 25 seconds. You want to log off? Do you guys want to plug anything? I'll plug the EricandRodneyShow.com.
Yeah, plug it.
Oh, Central Provisions. I'm telling you, everyone go to Central Provisions. Get the Munjoy Punch. Tasty.
Whoop.
And the foie gras. Delightful. All right, anybody else? EricandRodneyShow.com. 5 seconds? No? Pickleball?
That's it.
Woody,
Pickleball
stand up
all
real
weekend
quick.
long.
Woody,
stand up.
Oh, yeah. Look
at Woody. Good job, Wood.
Little sex appeal for the show right before we go off. All right. Happy Halloween party weekend, everybody. We'll see you on Monday. Hopefully the guest show